Good morning, everyone. Things look a little different today, don't they? Not going to do the old Twitch chatty thing today, unless you guys like the old layouts. We're going to do something a little different today. How's everybody doing? This is Dan, TweetFEV, and we're going to talk about all sorts of quad stuff and probably a lot of not quad stuff because we tend to get really sidetracked here. Anyways, how's everybody doing this morning? Hopefully it's beautiful where you're at. It is. I just walked outside to take a leak because, well, I got the space where I don't turn into a blue dot on a map to do it. And oh my God, is it beautiful out. Like, it even smells beautiful out. It's, you know, it's one of those mornings. Not Ruby Moon coffee this morning. I ran out, but I started roasting my own beans. That has been a interesting experience. And my buddy Brent, the owner of Ruby Moon Coffee, has kind of been walking me through the process and all that stuff. So, anywho, welcome to the live stream. My name is Dan. This is TweetFEV. If you guys don't know that, welcome. If you're new here, welcome as well. And if you're new here, click the links in the video, you know, all the YouTubery stuff. So, anywho, had a race yesterday, a multi-GP race, the third race of the season. Took third place. Out of 5, but anywho, third's a third, you know. My racing skills are drastically improving, and I don't know if it's due to the addition of my primary race quad being on HD0 or if I'm just getting better. Maybe both. I don't know. But anyways, I've got some race footage. I'll drop that in here in a little bit. Like I said, did away with the you know, the crazy scrolling stuff stream. Figured do this, mix it up a little bit. This is my my clean full screen stream thing, and I even tried playing around with a little bit of the color correction. So this is without it. This is with it. It's not a lot. It's nothing fancy, but it's just a little bit of little tweak in there. I don't know. I mean, I think it looks better. What do you guys think? You can see more of the crap in the background if I turn it off. But anywho, it is what it is, and this is where we're at. Sorry. North 49 RC says I like this better, as in you don't like all the crap in the background, or you don't like the or you like the color correction. Let's try this out too. Let's see. Oh, hang on, I gotta click this button over here. I've got a bunch of stuff going on over on this monitor. This is kind of my main layout here. I have a portrait shaped monitor over here. I turn on all this stuff. There we go. Things are working. And let's see. Let's see if this works. And nope, it's not. Oh well. Moving on. Yeah, the stuff in the background's kind of distracting. The big reason why I did that is just so I could have the live chat on the screen, because YouTube always tends to kill my my live chat replay, and it's just I look like a crazy man just talking into the ether when there's no context behind it. That's also why I tend to read the questions and read everything in the chat, so it has a little bit of context behind it. But anyways, just trying things different. I'm definitely not getting rid of the chat overlays. I do kind of like them a little bit, but more things to throw in my repertoire. I've actually got quite a few different overlays set up. So I got, let's see, one. Terminal I never set up. Clean, glitch, synthwave, and then I've got a bunch of other ones for recording, like this 4K multi-track. Whenever I'm doing like a review, it does a four quadrant recording where it's this camera, these other two cameras, and my desktop, and it saves all 4 of those to separate tracks, and it makes it a lot easier to edit in Premiere later on. But you know, that's some behind the scenes stuff. If you guys ever want to know about that stuff, let me know. Maybe I'll make a video about it. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. Over to the chat. Lawrence, aka Lawbart, first. Thank you so much. It is in the afternoon for him. Let's see. He asked me to talk about the 1S Charger today because he wants to know what he's getting, and we'll get into that in a little bit here. House FPV, Robbie Store, thank you for coming out. He was having one hell of a bad FPV experience last week. Lots of broken quads and lots of burned up brand new electronics, but it sounds like things are getting a little bit better. I mean, anytime you can get out and rip through 12 packs in a morning or an afternoon that's pretty good in my book. Free Lojo says you ship faster than anybody. Well, gotta catch me at the right time. I try to ship the grips ASA freaking P. They give away stuff. I have a tacit agreement with my mail delivery lady to not do any pickups on Monday, just because she's a bit overwhelmed, and they use their own personal vehicles where I'm at, kind of a rural route. So I typically don't ship out packages that she has to come down the driveway and pick up on Mondays. It just keeps her happy, keeps me happy. She's super nice, so I try not to upset her. House FPV in the house. Kind of funny, huh? And Bork, welcome. How you doing this morning? Rob Logan Jr., haven't seen you in a while, but thank you for coming out, buddy. Good to see you. I hope you're still out flying and having fun. I know Rob Logan Jr.'s been suffering from some future motion woes. If you don't know what future motion is, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter to you then. Tony Hernandez, good morning. North 49 RC, good morning, buddy. Market Zero, as always. Lawbart, Excellent Pro. Okay, cool. We'll talk about that. If I don't talk about it, remind me or hit me up in the Discordy chat. Keith Drones, hi from Rhode Island. It's too nice outside to not go fly. Hey man, get the hell out of here and go fly, buddy. I do not blame you. Raining here in Washington, says Free Lojo. It doesn't always rain there. But I bet when it's not, it's freaking beautiful. Brandon Baked Beans from the West Coast. How you doing this morning, buddy? Kearns JW, good morning. Oh, Ram Donko, as always. Good morning to you. Tony Burnett, how you doing? And again, Brandon Baked Beans, you like my shirt? I like my shirt. I bought it, wore it once to Chicago, and then I left all my bags in Chicago, so I didn't have it for like 2 months. I got it back, though. I got it back. Oh, let's see. Needs more. Yeah. So, anyways, if you guys want to get my attention over on the whole chatty thing, you can type at TweetFPV and it'll light up in orange here. Otherwise, I might just skim past it. And if you have a question you definitely want answered, I always take super chats. It's kind of what we're here for. A little Q&A, questions, things like that. Let me know what you got. And we'll see what we can get down to. I try not to get down into like really nitty gritty stuff like how to tune your quad type things. That's more of a private conversation over on Discord, just because we go down a rabbit hole chat for two during the live stream. I don't know, it's just not fair to everybody else. Usually not it. Yeah, North 49 RC says all the background stuff is distracting. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have like a bespoke place to do any of this stuff. I would love to, but I just have too much shit down here. I really can't put it anywhere else. I mean, I got plenty of space, and I'm also kind of at the mercy of where the outlets are in the room and where the network is. So, yeah. Speaking of network, back to 60 frames per second. Let's see how long it lasts. If it doesn't work, we'll see. Oh, man. Here again for you. Yeah. Hey, thanks. How you doing, man? Oh, let's see. It's Darts is here. How you doing? Hope things are getting better up in the D. My parents said it was kind of shitty all week. They're getting they're kind of they went down to Florida for the week and they came back and they're just kind of like depressed. There we go. Somebody's messing with the lights. Let's see here. See, the chat command I had was supposed to do that, and it doesn't seem to be working. Oh, well. More stuff to play with, more things to try. Oh, there it is. Hey, it's working. Oh, it just did a bunch of times. What the hell? All right, well, there you go. There's a list of commands that you can use to play with the blinky lights. Have fun back there, guys. For some reason, June Loco, it flagged that. What's up, my ELRS peeps? YouTube being its thing. All right, so we got a lot of stuff today. First thing off, let's talk about the race yesterday. It was another multi-GP race in my local group, Delta 5. Got there kind of early to go mow the lawn just because that's just my kind of way of giving back. We have a mower at the field. Probably takes about an hour and a half to mow it. Takes me about 20 to 30 minutes, so just kind of worth it in the end. Yeah, Rob Logan, I know what bokeh is. Is EORS a bad word now? Apparently not, because it didn't work for you. Huh, weird. We'll see. Anyways, went out there, did the race thing. Had 5 people show up out of the 6 that signed up. It's a good race. Had fun. The wind wasn't super crazy like it is usually, but it was a good time. I had a lot of fun. Racing. This is the first race of the year. Like, this is only the 3rd race, but this is the first time my HD0 quad survived all the heats and the mains without failing. And the failures weren't due to HD0 in the past, except for one of them. I just got a wet chunk of grass across the MIPI connector and it turned itself off. Didn't fry anything, it just wouldn't boot up until I removed that chunk of grass, but I didn't figure that out until I got home. The second race was some beta flight incompatibility thing, so this thing was just shaking like crazy. It was going to burn up motor, so I just stopped flying it. And yesterday, she did absolutely wonderful. I was putting in like low 30-second lap times if I was flying safe. And after I got a couple good heats in, I really tried pushing it. I could get into the mid-20s, but I could only string together maybe 1.5 to 2 laps before I ended up crashing or hitting something and messing up the lines. Just still trying to find that spot where I'm trying to push to the point where I can be consistent, but I'm not quite there yet. Is he also bad word? Okay. Let's see, back to the chat here. North 49 says, when you race, do you run acro and angle? Acro. I even turn off the accelerometer completely. Just get rid of it. When I race whoops, I used to race in angle, but anymore I'm actually in acro. But I changed my tune around quite a bit, specifically to make it so it doesn't end up sucking itself into the wall when I hit things. Yeah. Rob Logan's getting triggered by the police. Blood's in the water, man. People are going to keep hitting it. Yeah, Lawrence, I'm surprised you're not. Hang on, here we go. Boom, there you go. I'm surprised that you weren't already. It's going to look like Ciati's live stream where everybody's a mod. Oh, man. So anyways, the race was great. I had a good time. It was like record time finish. Like, we were done by noon. We don't really go out there with a plan lately for a track. We just kind of start throwing things together. We throw together elements of other tracks that we've built that we really like, and it just turns into kind of like a stew of awesomeness. One thing we haven't done in a long time is a dive gate. I don't know why. Here we go. Let's we can throw some of this up here. This was from, I'm going to put this on this monitor here because I want to be able to see what you guys are saying. HD0, remember guys, this is, you're watching a stream of a stream. Well, not really a stream of a stream, but you're watching a playback. So this is kind of like it's a fun track. This is over at the USS Alabama, the Battleship Park. This gate right here was just messing me up every freaking lap. But it was a fun design track. We got a bunch of new flags in, making things look Nice and fresh. Triple gates are, it's funny, like you do one lap and you can really nail it, and the next one it's just a complete hot mess. But that was kind of like my safety lap. Like that's just taking it easy, and I kept killing that stupid gate right there. I don't know why. It's like I would get through the first couple elements and forget that thing's there, and I got to slow it down. But it was a fun track. And then I think I pick it up on this last lap here. Well, maybe not. Yeah, see? It was every time. Almost every time. Had a real hard time with it. But that was a fun gate right there. We usually don't do them offset like that. And you had to make like a full, like, more than 360 degrees to make it around it, kind of. It was a fun gate. I think here I really step on the gas a little bit. But HD0, man, I gotta tell you, its purpose is for racing. Like, I know they're trying to do the freestyle stuff. It's not there. It's not mature enough. The VTX is way too damn big. There's too many gotchas with it. It's built for racing. Like, this is amazing. Other guys were having video issues. Nothing. No video issues, no glitches, no interference. It just worked really freaking well. Plus, it's also pretty darn clear looking. I really like it. I don't plan on building any more analog quads. I mean, I'm going to keep flying the analog quads until they're all gone. But I'm waiting for a smaller camera, which... Here we go. There it is. Nanolight camera designed for featherlight drones. This is probably what's going to go in my next race builds. That way I don't have to buy a specifically wider front end frame. But it's going to be 4.3, which is another requirement of mine. I just can't stand flying 16.9. It's not. It's just not where I'm at. But yeah. $100 though. Well, I wouldn't. I don't know. How much is the camera? How much is the camera? $50 camera. That's not too far off the mark. So that will probably be the next full build, not a current build, but that'll be a next full build. Back to the chat. Yeah, Low Earns, he's been getting into the racing. Have you done any actual racing, or have you just been simming it for the most part? Yeah, HD0 looks really good, but like I'm saying, man, it's built for racing. I do believe it will eventually become an extremely good option for acro. It's just, in my opinion, it's not there yet. That VTX is like, it's like DJI's air unit. Like, who the hell designed this for what? Like, it doesn't have a mounting. It needs 4S voltage or like 2 to 4S. Like, the air unit, when that thing came out, I looked at it and said, this isn't for us. This is something that we've just figured out how to jam inside of a quad. And the fact that they're building quads that are specifically built for the HD0 1 watt VTX, like, There'll be a V2, I guarantee it. And it'll probably be what we expect. If it was the footprint of a Vista, that would be perfect. Like, everybody's figured out how to adapt a Vista into their builds. So, is the video lagging, or is it just Rob? Stream health. Stream says healthy. So, let's see. Bob Noxious, welcome to the live stream. How are you doing? Charlotte, close to you? No, not at all. What's the interference with DJI and HD0 flying together? Good question. I don't know. I'm sure there is. Like anything with DJI, there's going to be interference because the goggles transmit, unless you get them to stand like 50 feet away. But HD0 seems to be very true to power output. I've checked it, sort of with a power meter. It doesn't really work all that well, but the power meter doesn't really work all that well with HD0. But nobody seems to have any interference issues with mine, so not that I would really know. Well, no one has issues while I'm out. We'll put it that way. So, anywho, going up to the club in a week or two. Nice. Hope you have fun with it. Atlanta is way closer to me, Rob. Way closer. Current JW, if you change the resolution on your end and it's streaming better, that's on you, not on me. Anyone flying with DJI buddies needs to stay away from race 5 and 6, says Brandon Big Beans. Yes, that is accurate. Let's see if I can find this. Races pinned. Here's kind of the Here's kind of the breakdown of how it all works out here. This is a really good frequency chart. If you guys are racing or flying in a group of people, I know a lot of us fly by ourselves or like with one other person. It's usually not an issue. But if you're flying mixed protocols and with a bunch of people, this is a really good chart here. Really helps you visualize where everything is. And then there's also recommendations here for 4, 5, and 6 pilots. You know, IMD 5, 6 kind of spacing. Really good chart there. That's at propwash.com / whatever it says down there. That. I gotta be careful not to close any tabs in Chrome because it shuts down the the chat. It sucks. Oh, let's see. Lobart says this is why I've been all in on trying to find a HTZ setup so I can go racing. Got the Scout on the way from Get FPV. Hopefully you click that affiliate link there, buddy. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Scout HD. If you are stuck in the world of I need a super big field of view, like box goggle style, DJI style, the Scout HD is actually a pretty darn good goggle, especially for the price. And it's about the only way you can get a HD0 receiver at this time. I know the new ones are in production. I don't know when they're going to be here. Depends on how many more lockdowns China goes through. But things are moving. And the fact that they've come out with like 4 different cameras in like a span of like 6 months, and cameras that make the other camera obsolete other than price and size, like they are moving, which is awesome. I'm very happy that they're getting the backing from manufacturers, and they're actually getting produced, which is great. For my XR battery, well, I need my XR battery. Unfortunately, I need my battery. I'll look at new HD0 and new DJI goggles. Oh yeah, DJI V3 goggles. What are you guys thinking about that? Huh. It'd be interesting to see what we actually end up with those things. Any tips on taking the Part 107, guys? Take some online tests. The question bank is public, basically. I used... What program was it? It was... It's on my phone somewhere. Here. A, B, C... I don't remember what it was, but there's a bunch of apps out there that work really good for kind of testing you before you go in there. And the whole thing with FAA testing is that the question banks are basically public. Here it is, Prepware. Right there, Prepware. They're basically public, and you don't really have to know what's on the test. You just need to know how to gouge the test out. So read the question, read the answer, move on. Read the question, read the answer, move on. Yeah, you need to know the information once you actually start applying it. But for passing FAA tests, it's read the question, read the answer, move on. That way, when you're taking the test, you read the question, because the question is going to be exactly the same as the question bank, and the answers are going to be exactly the same. Don't worry about learning the meaning of the answer. Just know what the answer is. Like, if you read a question and it asks for a mile, you've studied that question, answer is always 5 miles. Just saying hypothetically. So you don't even bother with it. You just read the question. Oh, there's a 5 mile. No, moving on. Barely even need to know it. That is how companies like Baker School of Aeronautics does a FAA A&P course. They teach you how to gouge out the test. Not actually what's on the test or how to pass the test. They teach you what's on the test. Like when you ask them, hey, what's the meaning? They're like, I don't know. Read the question, read the answer, move on. That's just how it works. Welcome to working for the government. Work on becoming a General Dynamics. Good luck. Laura says, when your exam you're studying? Just curious. My exam for work is on the 5th of May. So, Lawrence brings up a good point. I have a exam I have to take at work. It's for advancing in a different pay scale. So, basically, after next weekend's live stream, I'm going dark. I'm shutting everything off. I won't be on Discord. I mean, if you guys need me in an emergency, you can always hit me up, tweetfv@gmail.com. May or may not get back to you. I'm shutting everything off, all the distractions, the internet, all that stuff, shutting it off. I've got to focus on this freaking test. And unfortunately, you guys are a really good distraction to get me to not do that. Because, I mean, when I'm studying, I can find an excuse to do everything that I should have been doing for the last 6 months all of a sudden. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just, I got to do this. I've got to learn to pass the test, not understand the content. I mean, I'm telling you, it is, especially if you're paying for the test. I didn't have to pay for it because I can test for free through work. If you're paying for the test, it's good to know the content and know the answers and know how to get to the answers. But you just want to get through the test. Lawrence, you are... No, the biggest distraction is my computer constantly going bring, 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 bring every time someone hits something on Discord. Man, you guys have been super active in the last couple days. It's been great. And you're super active and you're not involving me, which is even... It sounds shitty, but when I take a big step back, I'm like, I have created a community that is there helping each other, not just me baby birding everything for everybody else. So, yeah. Athix posted up a picture. Let's see, where the hell is it? Downloads it. There we go. If anybody's seen the review of the new Radiomaster TX16 V2 whatever radios, there we go. My God, the gimbals. My God. Yeah, JB sure loves his gimbals. I haven't felt these, haven't used them, but I'm sure they are fan-frickin-tastic. I just want them for the frickin' Zorro. Like, that'd be awesome. Zorro review video coming out Wednesday. So stick around for that. If you guys can get a pre-order in, do it now. And when you do, man, I hate doing this, but go to twiffy.com, click those affiliate links, and then buy anything at that retailer, and I get a small cut, and it really helps me out. It kind of justifies my existence to these places that are somehow sort of sponsoring me. So you know what I mean. It is also Soul Coma's fault lately. Yeah, he's brought a lot to the chat. I'm enjoying it. Thanks, guys. I am sitting there reading over it. I just have to pick and choose when I want to sit down and deal with it, because I'm still kind of studying right now, and the scope of the content is vast. Like, I can't just say like, okay, this is what's going to be on the test and study that. It is manual after manual after manual. I mean, it's even covering like all the FAA, AMP manuals, which are like thousands of pages. It's such a crapshoot whether you study the right content or not. But anyways, yeah. Squirrel got distracted. Oh yeah, all right, here we go. Let's go to the bench. Well, first, let's see how the doggos are doing. Mary and Sweetie doing great over there. Went to Chicago a couple weeks ago, and the apartment's small, and basically I was sitting on a couch like that, and Mary was just all up in my shit all the time. So she got some good pettings and some loving in, and then yeah, she's getting a lot better. Like a lot better. Like, I can't get out of her eyesight. Like, you go sit down on the turlet, and she's, you see her looking around the corner staring at you. Kind of weird. All right, let's see. I'm gonna move the chat over to this screen. Come on. There we go. No treat dispenser still. It is getting pushed to the back burner because there's a ton of other projects. Got a skin quad here. Kind of put out a question out on my Discord. What frame do you want me guys to put this in? It came out of a Pyrocube. I can't find all the parts I need for it anymore. Here is the pile of broken carbon fiber parts versus the carbon that is actually good right here. So if you guys have a Pyro frame or Pyrocube frame and you want some spare parts, hit me up. I'll send them to you. I have even a bag of some more pieces. I'll send it to you. I'm done with the Pyrocube frame. It's a great frame. I love it, but I need. It's time to move on. So the choices were the Leventador X, which is the same frame that I'm flying in one of my other quads, a 533 Switchback Pro, or a Chris Rosser design AOS 5R. Maybe I'll put a poll up. Hang on a second. There we go. All right, so if you guys haven't seen the V-Fly Whoop store yet, this is a pretty cool little charger. It runs off USB-C, XT60, barrel jack. I think it's 2 to 5S. Turn on. There we go. Real cool charger. Has two distinguishing features about it. You can storage charge, or you can full charge battery. So the storage charge is the new function, or it's the function of this that makes it stands itself away from other chargers. It is a little clunky. It's kind of ghetto. You got your high volt, low volt switch here, and then or high volt standard. And then you have charge and discharge, and then you can. Oh, apparently my power bank can't. You should be able to do this. Come on, man. Why do you think you're being... don't know why it thinks it's being booted off computer. But anyways, you can update firmware on it. There we go. You can change your charging current, and then boom, you can charge. You get a little LED, whatever. You can put in a storage. You can store charge. So this wasn't a bad charger. There's been mixed quality concerns about it. It is kind of jank. The fact that it's all exposed. It's just a layer of PCB and acrylic with a sticker on it and some holes chopped in it for the BT 2.0, and it does pH 2.0 on the side. I don't like this layout at all, but hey, you know, it's the first one to come out, and you know, it works. So the other thing that I do not like about it, if I can get this apart, let's see. Oh, you can charge from USB. Yeah, you can charge from USB-C as well. That is why I went with this, and also the storage function is pretty nice. I've been doing storage on my full-size chargers for a while, but you got to do kind of a hacky workaround to make the charger happy about dealing with 1S batteries. I got a video on it. You just search the channel. I would post the link, but a little busy right now, guys. Let's see. Just got that charger too, Cringe JW. All right, man. If you haven't gotten into it, this might make you mad. All right, so here is one of the big issues with it. Is they did not use BT 2.0 connectors. They just took pH 2.0 and they just hacked the tops off of them. They work. It fits. Make sure I don't put this in backwards. But it's kind of janky and it's a little wiggly, kind of fiddly. I contacted VFly. Actually, I kind of bitched about it a little bit, just lately, on Instagram, and VFly hit me up, which I was surprised. And they're like, look, we didn't use BT 2.0 because it's too damn expensive because Beta FPV, and I'm just showing this pack as an example, owns the design to this connector. And they charge not an insignificant amount for the stupid connector every time we use it. That's why we did what we did. But we've heard the community, and we know you guys are not too happy about it. And I'm like, I think people would even be willing to pay a little bit more for having the proper connector. It just seems like a half-assed product that they're already come on, man. That they're half-assing even more by cutting corners to save a couple bucks, and then they say they're passing the savings on to the consumer, which, you know, I can only take them at face value, but companies usually don't do things to save $1 to pass it on to the consumer. They usually do it for themselves. I would be surprised if the savings that they make by hacking these pH 2.0 connectors off is the same savings that you get when you purchase this charger. So let's go ahead and throw this back together. So anyways, I talked to them a little bit. I was kind of concerned about, you know, it is a bit of a safety thing. The connection is not the most secure. I've seen other people that complain that, you know, if they don't put the battery in just perfectly, it'll break connection on them and then they won't get a full charge. So they said, hey, you know, we got a new charger. We'll send you out a new one. I'm like, oh, cool. So they got a V2. Turns out they don't have a V2 yet. If you're on my community page, you notice I've asked quite a few questions about 1S batteries. And that information is actually being watched by VFly, or ViFly, whatever the hell you want to call them, to figure out their next steps. So they are talking about making another version of this charger that is connector specific. So one would be pH 2.0, another one would be BT 2.0. I don't know if they have plans for GNB 27. It's not a very widely adopted connector right now, but that's their plan, and it's to make them cheaper for you. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. So anyways, they sent me a new one, and this is what I got. I thought I was getting the V2, but it is like a V1.5. Big difference there, guys. We have actual BT 2.0 connectors. The real deal. Real deal. Sorry if you guys are chatting it up. I'm not really paying attention yet. I'll get to you guys in a minute. And still, PH 2.0. So we have actual BT 2.0 BT 2.0 connectors. And another thing, this is probably the biggest thing that I noticed, is they've changed the orientation of the connector. So the issue I had before is if you had a bunch of these 450s, you can't plug them into the charger next to each other. So you'd have to like put two 450s in, and then you'd have to put like, you know, like a 300 in between them. And even then she's a pretty tight fit. So let's get this guy out of here. Now we have the like version 1.5 where the connectors are now rotated 90 degrees and you can plug in as many of these as you want. This one's a little jank, so don't look too much into that. So now you can actually fill your board up with 450s if this is what you're running. Plenty of space. It is a much better design. There is a new firmware out for these as well. Version 1.07 if you're on 1.03. Very, very easy to update the firmware on these guys. But the general construction is exactly the same. They just rotate the connectors and are actually using PH 2.0. What do you guys think over there in the chatty land? Actually, the construction is quite a bit different. The heatsink is very different. And I'm sure they're running into the same issues of sourcing parts and the like, just like everybody else's. I don't know what the price difference is. This one does seem to have like a monstral cap inside of there, whereas this one do not. So there you go. I would say if you just ordered this and you get one of these, maybe send it back. I don't know if they're actually listing this as a separate SKU or if this is just a running change where if you order one of these, you're going to get something like this maybe. That I am unsure of. Head over here. All right, let's bring... here we go. Bring my chat back over. All right, where are we at? Steady Eddie. Okay, cool. They sent me a new one for $8 shipping. You know, if you bitch and complain, they probably eat the shipping. Ask me how I know. GMB 27 is the best, in my opinion. It is the best, not even in your opinion, but it statistically and by testing, it is the best. I personally have had nothing but problems with the BT 27 connector, or the GMB 27 connector. As far as longevity, it's about 20 mating cycles, and I have issues. Don't know why. I think it's because everything that I get that has a GMB 27 on it, the pigtail is about this long, and it should be about that long, and the wires break inside the jacketing. It's been weird. Let's see. Rob Logan Jr. posted a picture. Let's see. Let's see. Might just need a battery. It might just need a battery, or it might need a BMS. The fact that you're able to plug it in and it powers on is a good sign. Well, I mean, have you checked what voltage your battery's at? Like, just stick a meter in the plug and see what you get. Don't plug a quad battery into it. Future Motion reverses the polarity on the XT60s because they're dicks. Let's see. You think Doggo Treats is worse than Red and Blue Lights? On my 1S currently have XT30. Oh yeah, and then Newbie Drone is making their own connector. So now we're gonna have possibly 4 mainstream connectors for the 1S space. Great, right? Let's see. Well, I mean, current JW, they thought outside of the box because nobody else does a storage charging 1S charger. So, yeah, but, you know, you never know what's wrong until you actually produce it. But they could have made a bunch of samples and sent them to people, and then they go, dude, this is fucking dumb. Or maybe they did do a bunch of samples with PH 2.0s, and then they're like, all right, go into production. Then they saw the end price and like, ooh, no, change that. Let's see. Here's Wi-Fi's website. Let's look at this guy here. They're still showing the old one, which is pretty typical of them. What I asked him, is this a V2? And he said specifically, no, this is not a V2. So this must just be a production run change. There is a V2 coming, which will be different. Put it that way. If the One Wheel Community app says all cells are at 0, it ain't your battery. Unless yeah, it's not your battery then. Because you should pull the battery out since you already got your BMS out and just stick a multimeter in the end of the plug and see how many volts you got. Louis Rossman is exposing Future Motion. Yeah, Future Motion. They make a incredible product, but they are just a bunch of big old bag of head mother that run that company, and they can go themselves with an iron stick. I can't stand them. New Jones said they wouldn't charge a license fee for the connector, right? So make it open source. Make it so anybody can produce it. When I'm GMB and I want to use a connector, I've got to get you to produce it, then send it to me. It's added cost and it's added BS. If they really gave it to, they would make it open source. Like somebody started GitHub for open source 1S connector. That'll be the one. Sorry, I'm tired of the segmentation of the hobby, and I can't believe it's affecting, like, the 1S micros the most. It's crazy. When you're fixing quad tip, seems not hot enough, so straighten the tip. When you're fixing quad tip, seems not hot enough, so tighten tip. Power light goes out forever. Ooh, Nerdcopter's talking in riddles. Yeah, it was. It says V2 in store in red. Where on earth are you seeing that? Ah, I see. It's version 2 with real. Okay, well, I see it. I see what you're saying. In the actual store, they're calling it the V2. Well, that's interesting. I'm sure the marketing and the development team and the sales team do not talk together, because why the hell would they? Stadia says, had HG0 race V2 that died on takeoff. Third bat powers up by USB port. No juice from the NH pads. Support got back to me with... Awesome, man. Check your Discord mail. I got Lawrence here. Okay, yeah, I see it. Thanks, Lawrence. All right, so that's the Whoop Store version 2. So back over to the racing frames here. So these are my options. We got the old switchback. Wrong screen. There we go. Switchback Pro. The Leventador X, this is kind of what I have on another one of my racing quads. These are designed by Southeast FPV. They race them for a year and then they sell them to somebody. That's the same thing that happened with the Pyro Cube frame. It was their design. They raced it for a year and then sold the design to Pyro Drone. But that I've already got one in this frame. I like the frame. And then the other one is the AOS 5R. This is a Chris Rosser design frame where he made some magic space age carbon fiber that nobody else has, and I'm sure he gets a cut for it. I have 3 of those frames, and they're all a little bit different. Somebody sent me what they had of these frames because they were sick of dealing with CNC madness, which is what it is. Here they are. The arms are kind of funky looking. They're really shiny. Let's go to the desk cam here. The arms are very strange. You can see that there is a strange layup inside of there. And these are supposed to be ultra stiff and resistant to vibration. The top layer looks just strange. Like, it doesn't look like they're made of carbon fiber, but that is the new special carbon fiber that Chris Rosser came up with and invented. And you know, these were all from CNC Madness up in Canada. Their quality is so. I mean, they're charging what, like $50 for a frame? Yeah, $56 for a frame. There ain't a single round hole in this damn quad. Like, all of these are egg-shaped. These are supposed to be egg-shaped, but like the center hole, that is oblong. And that's kind of a mark of a good CNC fab, is if they can actually make a round hole. And I can see that these are semi-egg-shaped. I know it doesn't make a bit of difference, but when it comes to things that have to be in tolerance, like interlocking arms and things like that, you may run into issues. And I'm not saying, like, this is just a sample of one run. Their arms have weird tooling marks on them, like where you could tell where this is probably where it plunged in and stopped. There's definitely a height difference. I don't know if their work surface was moving or something, but or if this stuff's particularly hard to cut, or if they're just getting cheap and didn't want to replace their cutters when they were worn out or not. I don't know. I can't judge. I can, but I shouldn't. But I will, but I can't. I shouldn't. Anyways, it's a very interesting frame. It is super stiff. Like, I can get some bend and some creak, and I'd probably bust this if I tried. I'm not going to because I don't want to. But that is that's the AOS 5R, and there's a bunch of different versions. You know, it's 14mm cam plate, 19, and then this one's a HD, so it has a big old body on it. And a 19mm mount for a camera, and then they also have cross braces for the fronts if you so choose to run those. So that's one of the options. The 533 switchback, everybody knows what that looks like, because that's like the most popular racing frame out there. And then the Leventador X, it's an awesome box frame, super durable, flies great. Yeah, I know, Rob. You know, my offer still stands. If you want to send the whole mess for me to check out, I am more than happy to. I have some parts in mind that I can swap back and forth and test. And then my offer that I made you the other day still is on the table. If you want to send it to me, and if it is just effed, that offer still stands. I'm looking for a dead one. So let me know, man. I want to get you floating again. I know I know it is probably good for your. I know it's good for my mental well-being. For some reason, riding a one wheel just kind of clears my mind and makes me happy, and I'm sure you're the same way. But I know shipping is stupid on those things, but if you did send it, I would like it if you sent the whole thing. That way, I could make sure it is working perfectly when I send it back to you. And I know the shipping's expensive, but nothing about the one wheel is cheap. Put it that way. Mike Bergman, creeping like a creeper. Yeah, Newbie Drone should open source that shiznit. Yeah, Newbie Drone has done a lot of weird things where I don't believe them as far as them being like open source and open to doing things. Like, if there's a sole manufacturer, it's still not good enough. There needs to, like, PH 2.0, they are everywhere. There's varying qualities of PH 2.0. There's roll connectors, stamp connectors, solid pins, different materials for the connector, and that's why it's so ubiquitous, and everybody has it, is because it's everywhere. Like, one manufacturer stops making them or they can't get their supply, they just go to somebody else that's making them. Lawrence, looking forward to my new charger. That thing went nuts with the update. Yeah, yours sound like it had some serious problems. But you now have a little OLED screen that you can use for projects if you want to do that. I think you should try to break the AOS 5R race. I think you should try to break the AOS 5R race with the switchback. I'd love the idea of trying to break a frame. And problem is the frame is like the last thing to break. I end up going through motors and standoffs, and I don't want to do that. No, Athix, this is for race, not for flippy floppies. For flippy floppies, I love my AOS 5R. It's a butt ugly frame. It's a horrible build, but I like it. Invented dork, yeah. But I do love my floss frames for acro. Yeah. Those AOS 5 arms move because of the machining. I would move them back and forth to show you, but I got a carbon splinter last night from doing that, and I don't want to do it again. I'll have gloves down here. Kearns, was it you that sent me the frames? I can't keep track of who's who between here and there. Rob Logan, all right. I mean, if she's completely dead, then pint would be better, the best option. I just have to put so much into it. So the pint I have has a Craft and Ride magnetic fender on it. It has a Cushnug high rear foot pad, and it has a set of it's like a blue and purple kind of camo rail protectors. So I mean, I've done. Oh, and it's got fangs on it too. So I've done quite a bit to it, but yeah. I wish we had an open wheel option. Well, we kind of do, but it's not perfect. It's just not as good. Yeah, I'll grab some. So I did build a one wheel, a pint-sized one wheel. It runs 12S. It needs more voltage. So I'm in the process of trying to build a DIY XR-sized one wheel. I know we're getting into some weird one wheel talk. Stick with me, guys. I'm sorry, I won't be there too long. But I picked up this guy. This will do 20S. A little more power. I think one wheel is basically 15. I plan on trying to do like 18. But this thing weighs a bit over a pound, and I think it'll do like 160 amps or some shit like that. Like it is stupid, and it is heavy. It wasn't cheap either, but that's neither here nor there. So I've been looking for a dead one wheel for a little while, but I want to try to get Rob's going, and I'd like to get his going for him and get him back on the road. Yeah. Yeah, here, I'll grab it real quick and show you. So this is a pint. It's a Future Motion product. Oh, and I got a Hoosier tire on there too. Forgot about that. And this is like a buy it, turn on, go ride it thing. This is the homemade guy. This thing is 12S. Works fairly good. It's not nearly the same performance as the actual one wheel. It's close, But by the time you build it, I even made my own battery and BMS system for this. By the time you do all this, you're not too far off of what a new pint costs, and it doesn't perform as well. Sucks. Oh, and the dogs are scared of one wheels too. No, it's not treaded. Sorry. All right, enough of the one wheel talk. Sorry, guys. Moving on. What are we doing next? This month's Patreon giveaway, or a giveaway that's being run over on Patreon, is for a 1S whoop build. So it'll be my cavity frame. It's a frame I designed and cut myself. This is, fun fact, it's been around longer than a toothpick. That frame, it's going to be rocking some AMAX 1103 5000 kV motors. It's got a beta FPV 2 to 3S AIO. And one of these things, I know these aren't the highest image quality, but they're about the lightest option you can get out there for cameras. Focus, you fag. It's a camera VTX all-in-one. These things are pretty darn sweet if you want a super light build. And this is supposed to be a 2 to 3S build. So if you want to get on that giveaway early, go over to Patreon and sign up for the $5 and up tier. The $2 and under, and everybody else, the entry links go live when I start the live stream. That's the benefit of being a higher tier, is you get the links early. Also, a Patreon benefit is all of my FPV crate giveaways, like these. Instead of having to hunt through the video for the link, I make the link available to you over on Patreon. So, anywho, there's that. Check your mail, HCZ, DJI size screen. Let's see what we got here. All right, what are we looking at here? That could be some like buttholes or anything like that, right? That is a massive field of view right there. Jeez. Wow, that's pretty impressive. That's kind of like what you need there, Lawrence. That's kind of what you're looking for, right? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. You built 2 East Gates last year. That's cool. Patches, I finally got my 1860 Nano long range built. 2-minute flight on maiden voyage yesterday. Can't figure out why my video's rolling blue and black. Most likely low voltage or dirty voltage, if I had to guess. Or a bad camera. That was OLEDs. That's pretty cool. Are your drone frames available as kits if we don't win them? I have sold a few before. It's more or less when I have time and have the carbon fiber laying around to cut them. If you guys really want one of my cavity frames, which, I mean, it's a good frame. It's, I don't know. I don't know if it's that good. Hit me up. I can maybe put together a list of people who want one and cut them. I don't know. Let me know. I don't know. I have a hard time getting excited about my own product. Other than my grips, I know those things are fantastic just because everybody tells me so. If somebody provides the carbon, would you cut something? I was sure as shit would take a stab at it. Sorry, you guys went further. Are your friends on Thingiverse? Yes, they are, but I'm moving everything over to Things. So here's a PSA and you Thingiverse. What Thingiverse does, and it's dirty as shit, is when you put affiliate links to Amazon in your description for your Thingiverse stuff, they take that link, they hijack it, and they put their own affiliate link in there. There's nothing telling you they do that, except for you spend a couple hours trying to figure out why the links don't work. It's because that's what they do, and I can't stand that. So I'm moving everything over to Things. Things is a way better interface. You can actually search for stuff. Like if you put in there Fat Shark and you put Fat Space Shark, it won't just say, nothing exists. It actually goes, hey, maybe they meant to not put a space in there, and it gives you more, more choices. Yeah, so, yeah. Double hijack their links. Yeah, I've tried a bunch of stuff, and not only that, they also screw up the links. So if you put in a bunch of different affiliate links, it takes the first one and just copies it for the rest of them. So if you put like, I use this filament, and then I use this part, and I use this part, it's just the same like, so people going through to do your build, they get in there and they're like, these links don't work. They take me to the wrong products. And it's because they're hijacking them so they get the cut. Yeah. Sorry if anybody's got kids around. If you do, you should know better by now. I try not to swear in the streams, but I'm not good at it, apparently. Ethics, that's interesting. Okay. Makes sense. Where... Hamster fell off the wheel here. What was I doing? Oh yeah. So on top of the putting the skin quad in a frame, Lawrence, 500 hertz. I'm gonna grab radio. Yeah, I know dead air is great. All right, yeah, I'll get into why we're not doing the treat thing yet. Bench cam. I've got my Stream Deck set up so it cranks up that light to throw a little more light over here. So Lawrence has FR Sky Radio running Edge TX, and his issue right now is that he can't get 500 hertz out of it. No, I'm not. I know I'm not using an FR Sky Radio, but here is probably why. I'm going to system here. Let me set the stage for you. And this happens when you first put Edge TX on most radios. So we're going to go return. I know you can't see this. I'm trying to make an example. All right. So here's the issue. When he goes into the Express LRS Lua, comes in here and says 250 hertz for the update rate. I'm going to grab that and he's going to change it to 500. And what happens is it goes, nope, 250 all you get. Here is why. We're going to hit return. We're going to page over to hardware. We're going to go up to max bauds. I don't know why it's pluralized. And I think the default that these things flash with is 115200. I'm going to change that to 400,000. And we're going to return. Page back to our Lua. Notice that's a lot faster. There, we can stay at 500. Now, there is varying qualities of inverters. Some radios may not be able to do 400,000 baud, like the QX7 pre-access, pre-initial run, post-initial run. So there's a sweet spot there. Probably can't do that. And the way you'll know that you can't do it is when you go in the Express LRS Lua script, nothing works because it can't communicate to the module. So here we go. Did it work? It did work. Look at that. It's unreliable though, so I wouldn't. This one actually works. I'm fairly surprised. Let's go to the next one. Holy hot damn. Wow. And if you start getting like telemetry loss, or you're getting weird issues, then you're probably going to want to back the inverter off. You want to back the baud rate off. I don't see a whole lot of reason going above 400,000, but if it's not sticking with 500 like you were saying, that's most likely why. Sorry, haven't looked at the chat yet. Okay, so you can see here, too fast for the inverter that's built into this radio. Take back down to 400,000. There we go. By the way, fantastic radio. If you want a beginner radio or even like an advanced radio, just something compact, this thing is awesome. I don't know where to put it. Wrong button. There we go. All right. It's the couch of leftover stuff. Let's see. Yeah, but Ciati doesn't try, though. That's the problem. I'm trying, and it's not working. Let's see. Dare man means you are real. Well, I guess so. Let's see. Could be out flying. Hey, coffee. What's a peach like? What was this setting for what was that setting good for? Yeah, this song, I like this song. I've put that in a few edits, I think. Or no, I've just had it in like background music. But it would be good for like a flight video. So anyways, Lawrence, I hope that answers your question of why you can't get 500 hertz out of your X Lite with Edge TX on it. If you have OpenTX on it, you could probably go to 500, but it's not doing anything anyways. It's just nothing. That setting was the inverter speed to talk to the external module. If the speed is too low, you can't go to 500 hertz, basically, in a nutshell. Awesome, Lawrence. Glad we got you going there. All right, another project we got going on and why the doggo treat thing is on the back burner. These came first, the lights, because Ergobloods, everybody loves them. Next is I am building a open auto head unit for my car, because why not? I'm using a Raspberry Pi and a 7-inch touchscreen, and it's coming along pretty good, surprisingly. Still got a ways to work on that. That's another project on the burner. The TS250, that thing is, she is getting mighty close to being done. I've been working on that for almost 6 months now. Let's see. I don't know if I have any updated pictures of that. I'm missing a few pieces that are on order for it that somehow Suzuki still makes. And they are on the way. Here we go. It has come one hell of a long way since I got it. It's actually looking like a like a real thing. I think I'm not going to paint it. I kind of like this vintage patinaed look to it. Plus, if I did paint it, I'd end up replacing probably this fender. It's got a bunch of cracks in it that I've super glued, and well, basically put back together. A couple things still missing on it that I got to work on, but we're getting close. We're getting real close. That was the first accomplishment of getting the electrical system back together. The electrical system did not exist. I've had to basically rebuild the entire thing. The headlights don't exist anymore. This is a sealed beam headlight. I actually had to bake the light in the oven to get the lens off of it and desolder the bulb from the inside, inside of the housing. And to find a bulb to solder back in just so I could reuse the original. It has been a hell of a job, and I am excited for it. Let's see. Yeah, Open Auto is what I'm going to use, Oni. Open Auto, I've already got it working. Everything works on it. I have to work out the microphone because I decided to use a DAC hat on the Pi. So it's kind of taking over the audio system. I have a USB microphone that I haven't tried out that I'm hoping works. We'll see. All right. Per Rob Logan's request, and because I respect the guy, Popo's gone. At least for now. We'll see. We'll bring it back if there's enough demand. I'll turn that one off. So yeah, all I'm waiting for now is the oil pump adjuster nut. It's like a cylindrical tube with a thread on it. That, and then the ferrule at the end of that cable, and a few little odds and ends here, but it's almost all there. Athex said, Turgis. Let's take a look at this stuff. Turgis Composites. Stronger, lighter, safer. Good marketing, marketeering going on. Impact resistant, which is carbon fiber. Stiffness, which is carbon fiber. Weight reduction, which is carbon fiber. Recyclable. That is not carbon fiber. Interesting. Excellent value. I will be the judge of that. This is interesting stuff. Plain twill herringbone. Custom weaves as well. Easy to machine. And it won't irritate the skin. That is a huge plus to me. I can be around any sort of open fiberglass and I instantly start itching. Let's see. Now, are they selling this as... It looks like they're selling it as non-pre-preg or non... It looks like they're selling it like raw fiber, not infused with epoxy. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. That's cool. Definitely look into that a little bit more here. Thanks for the link, Athex. But I don't see why I wouldn't be able to cut that stuff. Let's see. How much is it? Yeah, good. Large stretchers. Different. Yeah. So between that project, the Open Auto head unit for the car, TS250, and oh yes, this. I'm an idiot. I did a flight demonstration for the University of Southern Alabama, and I was going to take my X class. That guy. But one of the motors quit working on it because the wire pulled off the PDB. Whatever. No big deal. Problem is, getting into that frame is like an hour ordeal each direction, and I hate working in that frame so much that I don't want to work on that quad anymore. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy a legit Beast class frame, and I bought the Tasmanian V2. Still going to swing the same 13-inch props. But I figured, you know what? I'm just going to get in there, and I'm going to take all the electronics out of this guy, put them in that guy, and call it a day. I started looking at that thing on the wall, and I'm like, I hate working in that frame so much that I don't even want to take the electronics out of it. So I did what any other crazy person would do. Just started buying new electronics. So we're going with 12S instead of 8. That thing's 8. We're going with 12. Doing APD 12S 120 amp ESCs. The 500 amp PDB, a Radix V2 flight controller, and these Demon 22 or 4220 motors, 420 kV. Yes, and the Beast class is much more manageable to live with. I 100% agree with that. So, yeah, big ass motors. Just kind of for perspective here. Those are 4220. This is what's on my X class right now. These are a 4214. So same diameter, just probably about yay taller. And just for perspective, this is a 2207. Just so you can guys kind of get the scope of what is going to be happening here. I'll definitely show you guys more detail when I actually get to those motors, but yeah, I'm really excited for that build. Really excited. So that is also another another project going on. Yeah, Beast class is much more manageable to carry. Yeah, you are not kidding. Like, that thing barely fits in my car. Crank out the bread machine and the like. Yeah. See you, Manic. Maniac. I don't know why I always say it that way. Ramdonko, no, but not far off. Will it fly better with a smaller frame? Possibly. This thing is tuned terribly. It flies decent, but it's got a lot of wobble to it. That is all running iFlight components, iFlight ESCs, motors, flight controller, PDB. It's fun. I would like to put the time into tuning that thing, but now I got to figure out what to do with that thing. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, sell it, or give it away. I'm not entirely sure yet. We got to figure out what to do. Biggest single motor I have is 7650. Okay, that is a huge frickin' motor. Built an 8S America. Found last night that my 8S ESC is apparently rated for. Aren't rated for. Yes. Interesting. The iFlight Sussex Beast ESCs are still advertised as 8S. There was a rumor a long time ago they were going to come out with a budget 12S ESC, and I was excited about that. I was going to turn this into a 12S quad. Most ESCs just never made it to market, so unfortunately, turning macro drones is a pain in the arse. Yeah, I bet there's not a lot of experience out there. Brandon Baked Beans, if you're watching, I'm gonna give you some black box logs for you to wrap your head around. I'll buy the ESCs. We're not there yet, but yeah. 60-inch spacewalk. Jeez. Yeah, Brandon. I'll give you some black box logs off an X class. See what you can do with that. I think that thing's actually still running Betaflight 3.9. I didn't put a lot of effort into tuning it. It flew, and I tweaked it a little bit. Yeah. And this thing would be a lot better, I think, on 12 versus 8S. So that's another project. And other than just keeping the channel alive, keep myself alive, keeping the doggos alive, which, you know what, it's treat time. Here's what the treats. There they go. There they go. They're good. They're good girls. So, lots of projects going on. Lots of fun times. What's up, Family Giver? How are you doing this morning? So next week we'll be doing the giveaway for the Sub 250 crate. If you guys haven't watched that video, make sure you get in there and you try to find the link in the video, or if you're a patron, the link will be in Patreon. And then the monthly giveaway is for the cavity frame build kit giveaway thingamabobber. You know what I mean? I think what else I got going on. Oh yeah, so again, if you guys didn't catch it at the beginning, I'm planning on going dark here in a week. I think I'm gonna do next week's live. I'm gonna do the Sunday live streams, but as far as like presence on Discord, Patreon, things like that, I am going to I'm gonna shut everything off. I need to get away from all the distractions. I have a very important test that I have to take on Thursday, the 5th of May. I really need to study. I've been studying for the last couple months, kind of here and there, kind of hit and miss, but I really got to dig into it hard for the next couple weeks. So if you guys don't see a lot of me after the 18th or the 17th, that's why. I'm always around, but my focus is going to be on studying for this test for work. So, yeah. That is what is going on. It's a test it's a knowledge test for the job, the pay rate I'm going to possibly be moving into if I do well on it. So, and it's a competing between everybody in my pay rate and in my job description across the entire country. So I need to really, really focus on that. Yeah. It's depressing to think about. I don't like taking tests. There's so many things I'd rather do. It's just depressing to think about it. I don't like it at all. So anyways, back to the poll here. Let's go ahead and end this thing. So everybody thinks I should go with the switching backing, which is a safe bet. Leventadorks at 26% and the AOS 5R at 31%. Interesting. I would have thought the Leventadorks would have been higher, but respect. I guess it'll go into the switchback, which is fine. The only shit part about this entire build is the flight controller is M2 hardware, which sucks. I hate M2 hardware. Especially, I think the holes are M3. Yeah. That may not work. Here's a half-built switchback. Yeah, it's M3 stack hardware. It might not work. Even on the PyroCube, I had to use adapters to get it down to M2. I wish everything was just M3 hardware. Or make the holes in the frame M2, and if I need them to be bigger, I'll just grab a drill and give it one of those treatments and make it 3 mil. You know, like that's what I do with the floss or the glide frames. Is I just hog them out to M3 and call it a day. Yeah, I hate M2 hardware. It's like, why? I get it, it's lighter, but you can always go bigger. Like, I don't know. I tend to go with safe route. Yeah, I need to start getting into just, like, I liked the box frames, but I'm having a hard time sourcing carbon for them. So that's why I'm moving on. I still like the PyroCube frame, but I'm going to try something different now. The problem with that PyroCube frame is, like, when my other 2 quads would die in the first couple heats, that was the one that finished the entire race, and it flew the best. The tune sounded like absolute hammered dog shit, but dang, it flew good. It flew good, or it flew well for me. Like, me and it were very simpatico. Like, we worked well together. If that makes any sense. Like, you can have a quad that's tuned terribly, but you can fly the balls off of it. You know. Still no sourcing parts this summer, potentially, hopefully. Yeah, I had to buy the 533 frame from TBS. They're the only ones I could find with it in stock. And everyone knows the switchback. The switchback is a known commodity, and it will be around for freaking ever. And even after they stop making it, I guarantee you someone will have. I bet you the CNC files will be out there for places to cut. The AOS 5R is appealing to me because it's different. That carbon is different. It's not. Nothing about the frame like stands out to me. I hate those. I very much dislike this type of camera mounting because your degrees change all the time. I would probably design and print a TPU mount to just stick the camera stuck at 45 degrees, kind of like something like this guy here. That way it does not change. I've always had a lot of issues if my camera angle changes like 5 degrees up or down. It really makes a big difference in the way the controls work for me and my rates. So I like to fix the camera at a solid angle. I don't like having it adjustable where screws fall out, things back off, things move around. Like, you clip a gate and then now your camera angle is at 20 degrees versus 45, and it is hard to work through. You guys want to do a giveaway tonight? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we won't do it today. Maybe another day. Let's see. Blizzard says, parts you're looking for. Yeah, post up on the deal with Discord there. I've conformal whoops before. I like the idea of conformal coating, and I usually build a quad, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to tear it apart and conformal coat it, and I never do. I just go and fly. I just don't fly when it's raining. It's just, yeah. Yeah, it's also, it rains here more than anywhere else in the country, but it's also a million degrees and dries out very quick, so take it for what it's worth. Like when it's raining, it is torrential downpour, so you're not flying anyways. And then the grass is wet for an hour, then the sun comes out, it becomes a million% humidity, and then things are dry. So that's why I just don't do it here. Let's see. I do all except whoops. I even do naked vistas. No heat issues. Oh, never thought about conformal coating a vista. That's probably a good idea. Yeah, so that's the other thing with one wheel. If the ground is moist, you'll end up frying the thing, and you can't buy parts. And there's one service center in the world. Yeah, in the new ones, if you disconnect the battery from the controller, it bricks itself, and you have to send it back to have it unlocked, which is not cheap either way. I was gonna buy a GT. I mean, I had the money in hand. I was about to push that button. I started seeing the reviews of it ghosting and running away and hurting people and messing itself up. And then the fact that if you touch anything on it, it shuts itself off. I'm like, yep, nope, I'm out. I am out. I would like to just build my own. Oh man. Conforming a baby tooth, that wouldn't be a bad idea. So my level of risk with a quad in crappy weather conditions is directly proportional to the cost of the quad. Toothpicks are fairly cheap. Sounds like proprietary garbage. Blizzard, it is proprietary garbage, but oh my god, they make such a awesome product, but they are such a shit company. I feel like that one deserved it. There was anger in that one. Yeah. My willingness to risk a quad is directly proportional to the cost of it. Oh, that's interesting, Brandon. With no ozone layer above you, I guess you would see the UV light. But yeah, if you're going to do conformal coating, definitely buy yourself a UV light. Most of the conformal coatings are UV sensitive, so after you slather the crap on there and you hit it with the light, you'll see the spots you missed, because trust me, you missed something.
Little one-on-one just super.
Sorry, Rob.
With five.
That is part of the super chat. thing. So when a super chat comes through, it does the lights. Sorry, I'm gonna leave that one like that because I don't remember how I made it that way without like really digging into it. Tweet says, Rob Logan. God, I'm tweeting. I didn't say it. What the frick is wrong with me? Rob Logan Jr. says, Mike Bergman actually had a pretty watertight XR. Says he actually had a pretty tight XR, never had problems with rain. Yeah, the people who do badger them, like I've seen them take a garden hose to them, just power them down, wash them down, they're fine. I have the FPV Cycle Space Grade 1S boards to protect. Oh yeah, those things are like gold,
Blizzard
man.
FPV just super chatted with 5.
Little one-on-one, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. He says, keep up the good work. I plan to. I've got a couple videos coming out. The next one next week should be the Radiomaster Zorro review. If you think it can't adjust the gimbals, guess what? You're wrong. You can, despite what Bot Grinder says. Let's see. Yeah, I'm tweeting. Oh man, we did a giveaway where somebody started that. It was crazy. Blizzard FPV, thank you for the $5 super chat. $500 or God, words are tough right now. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Tweet. Thank you so much. If you guys haven't had a chance to go over there and thumbs up the video, I would greatly appreciate it. We've got 42 concurrent viewers. That's pretty good. Let's see, we had a max of 48. So yeah, it's pretty stable. 22 likes. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Southeast FPV Typhoon. I love Southeast FPV frames. I've been flying a lot of them. An open source FPV 6-inch racing frame, initiated by Southeast FPV. Bought the Typhoon. Press nuts. I hate press nuts, but
just super chatted with 5. They said haha flashing lights chat.
Oh, you guys suck, but I appreciate it so much. Thanks, Mac 282. Appreciate it. Very limited batches, but all the source files are there, so you can definitely have it cut, or I could cut it myself. Oh, I see what you did there. Smart. I like that. Mac 282 for the flashing lights. Thank you so much, my buddy. June Loco. Did you ask a question? June Loco. Let's see. Thumbs up. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, if you guys want to continue to chat, or if you got very in-depth specific questions, make sure you go to tweetfb.com. Go to the bottom of the screen, and you can see all the affiliates are on the left, and all the social stuff's on the right. There's one for Discord. Hit that. It'll invite you to my Discord server. It is free to everybody. I do have a special Patreon-only section, which I definitely definitely give them preferential visiting over anybody else, just because John K, no,
just super chatted with 9.99.
E7 test.
They said I am a robot. Beep boo boo beep.
Thanks, Maniac. No, John K, it's for the E7 test. Is anyone left in California? Yeah. Oh man, Lewis, we can't start doing that stuff. I've been to California twice now. It was such a freaking beautiful state. Like, really was. It should be broken up into like 5 smaller states, but still, beautiful place. I was in the Monterey, Petaluma area, like between there. Really enjoyed it. FYI, Vista units work underwater without conformal. I did put a dab over the wires and antenna, but folks have done it without. I haven't seen too many people kill an actual Vista. It's amazing how durable those things are. Greetings from San Diego. Thanks, June Loco. Yeah, I've dug my Vista a few times, and it's just fine. Camera.
And JR just super chatted with 2. They said, all right, Deepani, saw I my name PC Vish.
Love it. Yeah, the cameras aren't going to be waterproof because they just can't be with the threaded adjustments on them. So the sensors will fog up, and that would be the one thing I would think you'd really have to tear apart and clean out. Otherwise, it will most likely corrode or quit working at some point. But the cameras are obviously the lowest price part of the entire thing, as opposed to the actual VTX. So. Well, I mean, let's see. When was I there last? It was probably 2014. So, I mean, it's been a while. I know, at least listening to the news and the people I listen to, things are getting strange there. But, you know, it's the same way everywhere. Things don't get better; they just get worse lately. I looked at the other guy I work with at the top of his little briefing sheet. It says, "Today, every day of my life is a little bit worse than the last." I'm like, "Oh, that's the spirit right there." All right, here we go. These guys are like unicorns. These are very, very hard to find ESC. The Turner, the Tune RC. Actual FPV Cycle branded 1S boards. These were built
Joy
like
Monkey
to Bob spec.
With 2. They said danger Will Robinson.
Thanks, Joy Monkey. Appreciate it. And this is all at Rob Logan's expense. I'm sorry, buddy. But hey, sometimes you gotta take one for the team. Danger Will Robinson. Thank you so much, man. Let's see. I need to get down there sometimes. Here's beautiful. I'm gonna plentiful, nice beaches. Yeah, I very much enjoyed my time there. It was the first time I got to ride a motorcycle in the wintertime. I was there in February. I've been in Michigan my entire life for the most part. In the wintertime, it's like, well, you put away all the summer toys and you got the winter toys, and you work on all the summer toys in the wintertime, and you just vice versa. But I went there, and at one point my wife's like, "You've been around me, my friend, the 2 daughters, and our daughter," and she's like, "Why don't you get the hell out of here and like go rent a motorcycle?" I'm like, holy shit, that's a brilliant idea. Didn't even think about it. So I ran a BMW K1200R from a Harley rental dealership. I don't know why they had it, but obviously that's what I was going to rent. And I went all up and down the coast from San Fran up to Petaluma and back a couple times just for the day. It was awesome. Really, really good experience. Very much enjoyed it. Just go out, go for a ride by yourself. Speaking of which, motorcycle's still sitting in the basement. I got to get it out. Yeah. Sounds like a keeper. You say that, but I was extremely surprised she said that. So that's not the norm. We'll put it that way. That's not the normal train of thought. And I got a feeling it was her friend Sarah that suggested it to her. But I'm just saying. But no, definitely a keeper. So I do motorcycle safety training, and I did a motorcycle safety course at work in April, and it basically snowed. It was like 30 degrees. It was so freaking cold, and it snowed a little bit, and it rained a little bit, and I got home, and I stood in the shower till the water heater ran out of hot water, and I was still cold. I didn't ride my bike for like a month after that. I was just like, no, that sucked. I was not dressed for it because it was nice and warm when we went there. Me being a dummy, didn't look at the forecast. Not that I ever trusted anyways, but yeah. Yeah, we should do a super chat giveaway today. bad about buying a lot of gear and letting it sit. Yeah. I cleaned up the my workroom in the back there, and I just started digging out. I started digging out all the gear in the back there. You know what? All right, guys, let's. You guys want to do a giveaway? Let's do a giveaway. This one's gonna be special. This one is gonna be. Let's see. Let's go ahead and make a copy. Ah, dang it, I closed the window. Idiot. I was doing so good. Pop out chat. Switch this to live chat. Let's see. 4, 10, 22. All right. Here we go. All right, guys. Ignore the title and the picture. Those are irrelevant. But what I'm going to do is I am going to give away this this old 1S Whoop Store. There's the link. The only stipulation is you got to like the video, got to be a subscriber, and you got to pay for shipping. Anybody in the live stream can join. Have at it. Enjoy. And if you want to throw a super chat down, oh, I ain't gonna turn that away. But anyways, there you go. Let me know if you guys can click that link and if it works. Like I said, ignore the title, ignore the picture of the box on there. This is just quick and dirty. Let's get this done type thing. We'll spin that sucker here in about 10 minutes, just before Joshua Bardwell goes live. I already have 3 people on the board here. We can see this is what it looks like on my end. It's just populating. Oops, I don't want to show you guys names. My bad, sorry. Hey, that's what you get. Lobart, thank you so much. Link worked. All right, guys, cool. Like I said, it's for the VFly 1S Whoop Store. It'll be just this. I'm not going to send any cables or anything. So, and all you got to do is cover shipping. Anywhere in the world. Just if you're not in the United States, shipping is fairly expensive. All right, Lawrence. Appreciate it. And I'll throw some grips in there, and let me know what radio you have. I'll throw a set of grips in and a sticker, because we all like stickers. Unless you don't want the sticker. If you're gonna take the sticker and throw it in the trash, let me know, because then I won't waste them, because they cost me money. Same thing if you don't want the grips. I won't send them with you. But that's the deal. Whoop Store charger, set of grips, and a sticker. Stickers look like this right there. Feeling generous. Let's see. LS in your background looks really good. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Put a lot of time and also money into the into that quad thing. And honestly, I showed it to my wife and I didn't tell her I was building it. She's like, "That's actually pretty damn cool looking."
Mac282 just super chatted with 5. They said here's $5 for help to whoever wins for shipping. My contribution.
Mac282, thank you so much. That is awesome. Mac282 put $5 on the bar for shipping. Thank you so much. This is my favorite pattern for this thing, is that. I like that. And I can control the wall art here kind of on my own if I want. And then once you guys put in a chat command, it takes all that over anyways. $17 people on the list there. Let's see, my Lewis Taylor says, I suck as a pilot. I build much better. Yeah, it's all about stick time. I'm getting better as a pilot, but I like to. I love doing the flippy
Paul
floppies.
McDonald just super chatted with 5.
Paul
They
McDonald,
said
thank you so
thanks
much.
for all you do.
Appreciate it. I like racing. I
Little
enjoy
one on
flippy
one
floppies.
just super chatted with 5.
Quit interrupting me.
They said test.
Little 101, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Greatly appreciate it. I love racing because there is a end result. There is a goal. Were you faster or slower than your last lap? It's quantifiable. Flippy floppies are fun to just go out and just relax and go bang the sticks. Racing for me is a good social thing. The people I race with they're awesome. Real good group of guys. We just kind of shoot the shit, fly some fixed wings, things like that, you know. Stick time with a purpose. Yep. You can't just go out and go randomly bang the sticks around and go, yeah, I got some stick time in. Like, you got to, try to do something. You have to, have a goal in mind. Like, I am going to nail this Rubik's Cube and make it so I can do it 3 times in a row. That's actual practice. There's also just going out and having fun, which is, certainly cool too. Stick time, but having a goal in mind certainly helps. And that's the thing with racing is there is a end product. Faster or slower? Did you finish? Did you not finish? Nice. Thank you, John K. I thought having the adjustable lights was going to be stupid, but I love it. I need more RGBs. Thank you, John K. What was I saying? I forgot. Whatever. Anywho. Projects. What other projects we got going on? We need to start designing tracks before we go out there. Not like the hour of putting the track up. We got to come up with a track design. If somebody out there wants to design a track, hit me up. You can either design it in SketchUp, piece of paper, I don't care. Come up with a track design, and we might use it on the next race, because it's literally us standing in a field going, I don't know. Well, the start gate's got to go here because that's where the timer connects. I don't know. Let's just start putting up flags till we get something we have. And that's literally what we do. As sad as it sounds, that's what we do. Mike Bergman says, drones aren't allowed at my local flying field, which sucks because for a field, it's a really big one. It's beautiful right next to the river. Thanks, Mavic guys. Man, who is that? Is that mandated by the county, or is it like a privately owned field or something like that? I'm kind of curious how they do that. There was MultiGP race at my normal spot today, so I'm driving around looking for something else. Hey man, go sign up, go fly, go race. You don't have to have a race quad, just run what you brung. There's people in our group that would race a freaking Mob 7. Just run what you want. I don't know how well Mob 7 would do in midair, but hey. Racing can be very frustrating until you make it through that first gate. Then you're like, oh man. Then you string 2 together and you're like, oh, here we go. And then once you get a lap in, you're like, wow, that's awesome. Mandated by Shotgun. Mark 282 says, curious, first time I ordered a battery from Race Day Quads, I had no charge. Is that normal? That is not normal. That battery is bad. Hit them up and they damn well should send you a new one. They'll probably won't want the old one back, but that battery is bad if it has no charge. Yeah, that's a bad thing. On the spot, we had a guy on our group who was awesome. He used to do he used to do IPSC pistol shooting competitions, and he really enjoyed doing course layout and course design, and he was designing all our tracks. And the dude was really good at it, and he got out of the hobby. Like when he got in, he's like, hey man, I'm gonna do this for like 2 years. I'm gonna get like deep into it, and I'm just gonna bounce. And no shit, that's what happened. I ended up buying a lot of his stuff really cheap. And that's what happened. And he's still in our Discord group. I need to hit him up, see if he'd like do a track for us. Just, I'm sure he's got a bunch of tracks sitting around too that he didn't post, but he designed some really good ones. I think it was like for almost an entire year, other than the global qualifier, we were running his tracks. Oh, man. I'm not a real trick pilot. Still get motion sickness. Any advice? Sit down, first of all. Sit down. And if you're listening to music, try to listen to the quad. If you're listening to the quad, try to listen to music. It's very hard in the beginning to disconnect your normal senses. Like you normally got your 5 senses. Obviously, we're not tasting and we're not touching the quad. Those are out of the window. So you got 3: vision, hearing, and smell. Smell, we're not smelling the quad unless it's lipofire. So you really have 2 senses that you're using. And now we're disconnecting your feeling, of motion from what you're seeing. And that's tough, especially if you're trying to also stand at the same time. So try to sit and build up the ability to stand or at least lean while you're flying, and that'll help, but it just takes time. And then once you get that, disconnect yourself from the sound of the quad, because once you start flying with other people and you're used to hearing your quad and now you're hearing other quads, it is going to just your world up. Nose itches. City council banned them from the fields. I'm sure that there is some legal precedent where they can't do that, but I'm not a legalist and I can't help you with that. But take the sign down. Problem solved. Go spray paint over it. Sign doesn't exist. Spray paint over it. Come back over it like a couple. No, I'm telling you to do bad things. Don't do what I'm saying. These are inside thoughts that are making it out. I'm sorry. Not dead, but at storage 3.7. Oh yeah. Oh, wait, no, sorry. That's Lewis talking. Yeah, it's probably going to come at like 3.6 to 3.8. That's what should come at normal storage. But if it's at 0, she dead. Oh, crap. Wheel time. All right, guys. If you haven't gotten in, sorry. Put in there one more time. We'll give you like 30 seconds. JB takes like 4 minutes to start his live stream, so we'll get that going. Let's see. Get the wheel up. All right, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's closed. Damn it. Responses, questions. No, I don't want your email addresses. What the hell is wrong with me? I want your names. There we go. Over to the wheel. Bup, bup. I think I saw 42 for a time. Do that. Shuff, 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 shuff. All right, good luck, guys. Thanks for playing along. Yeah, 3.7, like storage charge is how they should be shipped. If it's at 0, it probably had a bad cell or a cell got damaged and it just shorted itself out. I'm surprised it doesn't register anything, but yeah, it's definitely bad. Contact them. You should have 0 issues sending that back. It's just one of those things that happen. They're not going to want it back, though. Yeah, there's a lot of fields that are very not... Oh, look at that. Old Triple B. Congratulations, Brandon. You win. Hit me up over on Discord. I'll get your address and send this thing out to you. That's awesome. Congratulations. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for coming around, and thanks for hanging out today. If you guys want to help me out, go to tweetfv.com, click the affiliate links at the bottom. Whenever you buy things at those affiliated vendors, and I get a cut. We'll be doing a giveaway for the Sub 250 crate next week. Make sure you guys get entered that. Head over to Patreon if you want to support me, like these fine folks up here. They are the thing that keeps this going the most. We'll put it that way. All right, folks. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking us out. And as always, guys, stay positive and stay tuned for Joshua Bardwell. Not on this channel, but on another channel. Go turn the dial. Go to that one. And then after that, stick around for Aaron Ciotti. And then later on tonight, after that, at some point, E-Drone. See you around, guys. Stay positive. I'll talk to you later.